How are you? It's Karen here, and I'm thrilled to be painting live with you today. I am doing a little bit of a special project for my friend Michael on our Loose Endz with Mikey chat over on the Crochet Crowd channel and here on YouTube and on his Facebook. We had a lovely guest. Her name is Jessie, and in that course of the conversation, Michael was awe-inspired by something that she said. And it was, I want to participate. And with that, he put out, what does that mean to you? And we chatted a lot about it. And I told him, I think I might have even mentioned it on Loose Endz that I would make him something. And so this is that. So he is on an airplane right now going somewhere that hopefully you guys will hear about pretty soon. So he doesn't know what I'm creating. So this will be a little bit of a fun thing for me to do while he is not here next door. So I want to participate. So I am going to be creating something that's similar to what I did, oh my gosh, years ago. That was inspired by some art that another artist in the United States called Stephanie Ackerman had created. I do have that on my wall. Hold on a sec. See if I can move my paint out of the way here for a minute. So this painting that I created, I know it's backwards to you, but it says, do more of what makes you happy. This went viral. Like, I'm trying to think when, like, I don't know, 2012, maybe? Long time ago, maybe 2014. I don't even know, but you get my point. And it's been hanging on my wall in my studio. It has been something that I have lived with. And, do more of what makes you happy is something that, really inspires me. I wanted to try to make something for Michael. Now I do have a canvas here. It's a pretty big one. It's gonna see like it's a big one, and it's got underpainting on it that's a little bit kind of dull for my liking, but that's okay. I'm gonna paint over it anyway. And I thought I could use this as my background for his piece. So that said, I'm going to show you how I created that other piece by being inspired with I want to participate. So I am going to do it a little bit differently, but kind of go from there. I am using some of the desserts. This is a Canadian brand for those of you who don't know, but it's made by Fabriano for desserts. It's a mixed media paper. I am going to do some writing all over it. I'm going to paint over it, then I'm going to cut it up and make something pretty unique and special. So thank you very much for joining me. So I am going to see if I can't take that down and go right into, where is this? Where do I want? I want comments. There we go. Hey, Kelly, how are you? It's not backwards. It looks awesome. Well, I thought, the painting, not this. Okay. So I have this camera. I don't think that our version of StreamYard has the ability to make any custom layouts here yet. I am going to kind of research more into that. I ran out of time before my broadcast here. So, I'm glad the painting wasn't backwards. And I just thought that hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I want to participate on the paint cam. I will make that bigger, but I don't think it's going to make the camera larger because it's not doing a landscape version of my camera on this, but we'll give it a go. So I'm going to put in here, I want to participate. And one of the things was, I'm just going to write a whole lot of things of what I want to participate means to me and what I know it means to Michael. And there are some things that he put out on his social media about what it means to the community over at the Crochet Crowd. But if you're watching, and I know there's a few of you watching right now, if you've got some ideas on what I can write on here, I'd love to include them for Michael as well. So one of them is community. Another one was being present. What's something else here? I want to, that's another one. Being present. Having a purpose. Have a purpose. If you notice, I'm kind of writing in different fonts and different sizes. Being alive. I like that, Kelly, very much. Being alive. How about the why? The why. How about, oh gosh, I had so many on my brain before I started doing this. It went all crazy. Participate. Friends. Hobby. What's another one here? Hobby. Crochet. I'm going to put crochet in there because crochet is such an important part of his life. And I'm going to say with crowd, right? How to participate, listening. I don't know, listening is a big one for me as well. Sharing creatively. I love it. Sharing creatively. Joy, another good one. Joy. And it doesn't matter if it's all wonky, because again, I want to make this, I'm going to go in and kind of add some different thicknesses to these as I go. If you noticed, I did that with participate earlier. And it doesn't really matter if your writing is good or not. Because we're cutting it up, people. We're going to cut it up. Okay. Joy. Sharing creativity. Sharing. Sharing creativity. Ooh, look at that. I've already got stuff on me. My friend Sherry will laugh. Because I've got lots of extra paint on it. But that's okay. Ink on there. I'm going to go to another page. I'm going to keep going. Being present, purpose. I want to participate. I'm going to say purpose again because purpose is huge. Purpose. The dogs, happiness. Want to participate. Inclusion. Be acceptance. Free. How about this? Free to be me. How's that? Free to be me. I want to participate. And we can drop things too in the studio. Free to be me. Participate. Express myself. How about no judgment? What's another one? Yeah. Never fails with me, Kelly. Something's always right. Carefree is a good one. I'll do carefree. Again, we're talking about, I want to participate. I want, and in order, I need security. I need security to participate. I need that feeling of being welcomed. In order to participate, I need self-love. I don't know how many other people, I certainly do. Health. Oh my gosh, Kelly, brilliant. I love that. Health. But not just physical health, mental health, right? Mental health. Mental health. Love. What else? Keep going because I need to make some paper and I really want to fill these up. Joy, love, positive. Oh, positive. In order, I want to participate. I want to belong. I want to find my tribe. Right? What else? Family. I'm going to not just say family, I'm going to say chosen family. Because again, this is so much chosen family. Belong. I want to participate. I want to, I said be present, didn't I? I think I might have. Yes, I did. Being present. Yes, chosen. I love chosen. Chosen family. I want to participate. Groups. What else? Motivation. Oh my gosh, let's get all of these. Positive. Did I get positive down there? I'm not sure if I did, Irma. I think I did. Did I do positive? If not, I'm doing it now. Motivation. I did say I said purpose a couple of times, right? So we have a third page. How about I write that again? Purpose. Okay. Good morning, Lauren. Bucket list. What does I want to participate mean to you? Bucket list. Strength. Fortitude. Can I spell that? Fortitude. Close enough. It's going to be ripped up. I want to participate. Fearlessness. What else? Fearlessness, fortitude. I want to participate. I did say something along the line of self-love. Strength is in GTH. Again, it doesn't really matter. Self-esteem, self-worth, absolutely. I am worthy. Confidence. Place. Take part. Absolutely. Sure. Take part. And I know I said welcome before, but I'm going to do that again as well. So and I think I said inclusion. I'm going to put inclusion up here. Okay. I am worthy. Yes. Take part. I'm almost done here, and then I can do some little words. Have dreams come true. I think dreams to reality. Dreams to reality. Expression. Involved. Beauty. Love it. Love it. Pride. Pride in me. Okay, what else? Keep going. Make something happen. I love it. You need to be the change you want to see. It's not so bad, actually. Hold on, I'm going to take that. I'm going to use a pen. I should be able to use this. Be the change you want to see. Make something happen. Make it so. I'm a Star Trek person. Just saying. Dream big. I love that too. Dream big. Confidence. Star Trek is awesome. Inclusion. Okay, we're some engage. Actually, engaged does work here. Sounds awesome. Shared experiences. Sherry, see, you're so smart, Sherry. Everybody say hi to Sherry. Shared experiences. Yes, never say never. Never say never. Be bold. Hello. Never say never. Engage. Shared experiences. I just need a few more. I just want to fill in some spaces here. Anyone else got anything? I know this is actually really cathartic. I don't know if it's helping anyone else, but I find this very uplifting. So I share shared experiences. Smile. I want to participate. I'm going to write community is in there again. Be happy. Okay, hang out. Oh, lovely. Hang out. Hang out. Beautiful. Joy. I have that, but I can't not put it in enough. Joy. Freedom. How about freedom? Freedom to express. I'm going to write expression in here too. Where am I going to put that? Expression. Laughter. Brilliant. All right. I don't know. Can I get any more in there? I think I probably could. Look at what we've accomplished so far. I want to participate. Bucket list, fearlessness, acceptance, free to be me. I just want to be a part. Right? Be open. Love it. Open. Engaged. Going to do that again. Engaged. All right. So I have these here. I love them. So what's going to happen next is I'm just going to move this down so I'm not stretched across my workspace too much. I'm going to add a little bit of color to this. Now, I have been using a pen from Faber-Castell and Sharpies and whatever else. This is just a pen, but it should be okay with acrylic ink. I'm not going to use a watercolor because I think it might smudge a little too much. But I'm going to kind of do like a wash, a little bit of a wet wash on these pages. And then I'm going to set them aside to dry. And I will go from there. Now, in the other piece that I had showed you, I just did strips across. I don't think I want to do that for this. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of put a bunch of different colors on and move it around with some water. Again, this is only mixed media paper. It is not a watercolor paper. I probably could have, but it's heavy, but it's still got a little bit of flex to it. So I don't want to put a ton of water on it, but it should move it around a little bit. Hopefully the vacuum cleaner next door is okay, but we'll kind of go from there. All right, so Michael's colors, thankfully, are the same as my colors. And I think that's kind of why I enjoy him, because he likes big, bright, bold colors. So I'm going to start with the cools, just because I have them right handy here. And use some, I've got on my messy palette, some blues and yellows here. And I know it's hard to see. These are just liquid acrylics, and I have a liquid acrylic, and I just have some basic acrylics from Liquitex here. But let's just go for it. I have a I have a wide paintbrush. There we go. And I'm putting a lot of water on it so that I can just slide that down. So I'm literally just going to go in and very lightly, I'm just going to use some water, move that around. Just cover the page with the cool colors. Now, when you're mixing color like I'm doing now, as long as you don't mix those warms and colds together, you should be fine. I do want some of them to be a little bit more opaque than others. I want to be able to see it, but I don't want it to be able, I don't want to read it, right? So it's there. It's there. Okay, so there's one. I'm just going to go now, and I'm going to do it with the next one. Put that aside. Again, I'm going to give a decent amount of water on my brush, dip it in my paint, and just go. It's fun. See, Michael, when he was talking on Loose Endz, how I just kind of throw paint down, he was not kidding. I say, just go for it. So you can see you can see what we've written. I'm not covering it up. I'm using paints that have a little bit of translucency in it. They're not totally opaque, but where they are a little bit more, I'll just thin it out with some water and just do a nice little wash. Okay. Move that over. There's 2 done. And another one, because we're doing 3. All right. Water. Water. Think you can do this at home? I'm sure you can. This is not a hard project, but, I find this is something that, as an art therapy thing would be wonderful to do at home. Like, honestly, you can get a lot of stuff out. Most of my canvases, those of you who do know some of my work, most of my canvases have writing underneath. Now, most of the times you can't see what I'm writing. Like you can't read it at all. I know it's there. But I get a lot of my own, therapy done that way. So a lot of people have picked up, it's just paint. A lot, you can just, anyway, I don't want to, it's just paint. All right. So these are not perfect, but they're using the same stuff. So I've got the same base here. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go in to that first one, which is not really dry, but somewhat dry. and we'll kind of go for it. It is inspirational, Sherry. Like, honestly, like, Sherry's familiar with a lot of my work, and she's very aware that I do this underneath my paintings. Sometimes it's just another layer. It's just another layer. And it works. World color. Yeah, they are kind of like world colors. Oh, world colors. Sherry, now you're getting way, sorry, who said that? That was Fiber Floozy Crafts. I wish I knew your name. But yeah, they kind of are. I want to participate in the world. I kind of like that. But now I'm like, do I really want to like add some of this? But yes, I do. So, because I'm going to add, this is somewhat dry. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I'm going to add a little bit of pink because I like pink. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red. So part of what I do though is like I kind of want to try to balance it a little bit. So right now I've kind of got it on this direction. I'm going to throw a little bit of down here, but it's turning purple because that wasn't quite dry. That's okay though. See where we're at here. I'm just going to drip some red right on it. Maybe not, because it's right at the end of my bottle. So I'll put it on the palette. Jill. Hi, Jill. All right. Okay, I think before I get it all wonky and get it all to gray, that's done with that. And we're going to go over here. And part of it is because I don't have clean water, and that was my fault. So my water is turning my paint a little bit more purpley than I would like, but that's okay. Because again, it is just paint. I'm glad I taught Michael something. I'm going to get some, because I did it on the one, I'm going to do it on the others. But it is turning a little purple, which is fine. But I'm going to add something else to it. Give me a minute. Now will I write on top? Not necessarily. But I might scribble. Hold on. Where's my scribble sticks? I've got scribble sticks around here. I don't see my scribble sticks. Oh no! But I do have a China marker here. That'll work. I'm just going to doodle. Again. I'm just making marks. Hi, Kelly. How are you? This is all going to be like, seriously, I'm not lying. I know it looks like a silly thing, but scribble, scribble. All right, where's my white? Okay, I've got some paper towel here, so I'm going to have that handy. Oh, well, I'm glad I'm inspiring. So I've got a wet brush that's clean. And I'm just gonna, this is a little bit opaque. So I want to kind of put it on and take it off. I don't want it to take out all of the words, but remember, they're there. So I think those of you who got the scrumbling, that's what I call it anyway. Sherry will tell me I'm not doing a scrumble perfectly. Oh my gosh, I'm like all in on the scrumble and I totally lost what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was going to say, if you saw the liner in the Della Q bag that I painted, it was much the same way. I stamped words. And some of those words, some people have figured out. 100% is in there because I say that a lot. Shh, Daddy's working is written in there. Things from the crochet crowd are all in it. So as I say, like these are, we just want to be able to see it. But we don't necessarily have to read it, which is why I have different ways of writing, different fonts. Some are written, some are printed, some are using a thinner ink than others. Doesn't really matter. The idea is that it's there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it on and take it off. Okay, hold on. I've got a little bit of water here because that was too much. Clean water in my water bottle. And there we go. See? So you can still read it. If you look, you can still read it. All right, so now I'm going to go back in. One more. Go this way. Maybe I'll spritz that first this time and just kind of blob it. Okay. Now, let's get, I kind of have an inkling of doing something else. So I'm going to do it. Because I want some yellow in there. All right. I'm going to mix some of my bright yellow with a little bit of the white. I'm going to move this over so you can see. And I'm just going to mix it so it's a little more butterier. Okay. All right. Happy creating, Sherry. Yeah. Note to self, fill your water bottle. All right. So I know there's some red going in there. I'm going to try to keep it as hot as possible so it's okay. So yes, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of yellow. And the reason is because I want to dot it. Can you see it? Hold on. There you go. Okay, a little bit more. A little more water over here. There we go. All right. There we have her. I am going to let these sit aside to dry. You were wondering if I was going to splatter. Heck yeah, gotta splatter. But I wanted to do it in that yellow so that we can kind of like highlight it a bit. I'm thinking this one here needs a little bit more blue. It's looking rather green. So that itself doesn't matter too much. That's just a personal preference of mine. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to grab a little of this and kind of go through. And I'm just dabbing. And then I will take it off. Okay, good enough. There's a little bit more blue in there. I like that. Okay. All right. How are we doing, guys? Are you still with me? All right. So I'm going to set those aside just so that I can let it completely dry. And do that. And I'm going to get my crazy sorry. Okay, so this is one big, huge canvas. And let me see if I can now, hold on. Well, it's not doing the whole thing, of course, but you can see a little more of it. Okay, so I am going to cover this. All right, don't freak out. Because what I want is my papers that I just created to stand out from it. Okay, and I know this is really, really muted. It was an underpainting I didn't like, and then I kind of went, and then I really don't like it because I mudded it. But that's okay. For the purposes of this, I don't need to worry about it so much. So I am going to cover it with a neutral. So now I have to decide what kind of neutral do I want. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be neutral, but it should be a hot color. So it should be in the yellows or the reds or something along that line. The pink, the red, orange-ish. So let me just start moving that around a little. Let me just go with that. Because I have it out, I'm going to throw on some of that yellow. And I'm going to throw on some of that red. You can tell I'm almost out. Pink is what you see. I do too, but this is from Michael. So I might go a little more orangey. I'll see. We'll figure it out. I can always change it. So I'm just going to get a new water here. And I'm not saying Michael doesn't like pink, but I think he'd be happier with that hotter color. You're thinking orange? Yeah, Kelly's thinking orange too. All right, well, red and yellow make orange. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. So if again, hi everybody. I'd like to introduce you to my painting. It is just paint. So I'm going to add the yellow. This is a bright yellow, a naphtha red, and yes, I will also add in some white. I'll put it in 3 different corners here. Hold on, let's see if I can move my canvas so that you can see all. And it's not that I want to necessarily cover up. I am brave with painting and wearing white. Okay, so what you don't know is that this shirt is my painting shirt because I messed it up and I can't clean it. I got some glues on it. So now it's becoming my painting shirt. So I'm very okay if I get paint, like this paint on it. So, as I say, I don't mind if some blue comes through. The whole point of putting something over top of something else is that it's just another layer and you don't completely cover it. I'm going to turn that around so that you can see it this way. Because look, there's some pinks in here too that I might want to take advantage of. So you can have something totally not happening and create something really fabulous with it if you want. You have your mom's painting apron? Jill, that's awesome. I have a painting apron. I just never remember to put it on. True story. And I just got some lovely orange on my white shirt. Kelly, you feel better now? See, I love, this is so therapeutic for me. Do you think you can do this? I think you can do this. When I had my studio in Kitchener, in Cambridge, Ontario, part of what I did was literally just give people permission to do exactly what I'm doing. Have fun with a paintbrush. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to actually take some of that off from before. Okay. All right. All right, I think I need a little bit more red down here. It's relaxing. Yes, it is. I find it relaxing. Sherry, who was just on here, she does not paint like I do. She is much more precise, much more cleaner painter than I am. I just get in it. And that's part of the joy for me. But I also know and understand why it's how I paint isn't for everyone. But at the same time, I find this extremely accessible. So, and we all want to participate. So I don't know, can you see the stuff shining through, the colors underneath, the blues that are under there? They're giving that depth, so don't be afraid to play around with color. Let it dry and go to town. I'm going to add a little bit more white to this. That's a lot of white to that. That's okay. I'm just going to put it on my palette here. Because again, I want an orange, but I do want this to kind of bleed through. But I don't want my value of orange to be the same throughout the whole canvas. I still want there to be a little bit of interest there. And to change the value for those of you who don't paint regularly, it's just the shades of a color, right? So by adding white or a black or a gray to a color, you're changing the value in which it. So hold on. All right, so far it is looking good. All right, it's going around. I'm still turning it so that you can hopefully see it in the camera. All right, how you doing, guys? Are you following me? What do you think? I'm actually thinking this is not too bad. I really like the light bit at the bottom here. I might do that up on this side too, on this sec. So I have, I like to, my eye goes to diagonals. So if I have that light, I'm gonna want up through the diagonal. It's just the way I personally like things. So I'm gonna go back in there. Grab some of this. And notice I'm just mixing it right on the canvas. It's not bad at all. And I'm going to lighten up my brush stroke a little bit so that I can kind of feather that together, so I don't see my brush strokes as definitively. So I'm just kind of using the tip of the brush, just the tip. Yeah, I'm going to add a touch more yellow to that. There we go. There. Again, if I have it too much, then I'll just feather that in. Feather, 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 feather. And I'm just kind of doing my edges here because that's eventually gonna pay off for me. So I don't have to go back in and do the edges after I'm finished with this. What do you think? You can do that, right? I hope he's surprised by this. Although I don't think he'd be totally surprised because I did kind of tease it a little bit. Okay. And yeah, I'm just getting the last of my sides here. So just give me 1 second while I finish this off, and I'll put this down, and then I will start cutting the words. Go figure, right? I'm running out of orange. Actually, where's my palette? There, I got some on my. I got a lot more red than I thought I did, but that's okay. Again, it's not a bad thing. But remember, I wanted it kind of hotter because the letters are going to be cool. Oh, I know you can't see me. Sorry, guys. I'm working on a side that you can't see. Okay. All righty. So There you go. Something hot. All right. I'm going to put this down and put it aside to dry. The paint off my hand. Oh, I'm so glad you're liking this. Okay. So I'm probably going to need more of these sheets, but I want to get going on it so that you can kind of see the process, and then I can finish it off. I will zoom in a little bit more here. So hold on one sec. There we go. Okay. So here's the pages that we had originally started. And as I say, they are cooler colors here. I'm going to be cutting these out. Now, I might freak some people out because I'm going to do these by hand. And I know that's going to be hard for some people. So let me just get some scissors here. My scissors. All right. So I want to participate, which is why I'm saying I'm probably going to need more of these. So I will start with I want to. I will do that process, and then we'll continue from there. We'll see what kind of timing we have and see if you guys are still wanting to watch me. All right. So I'm just going to kind of cut some of this here. I'm going to use every section of this paper that I can. So by doing the I, hold on, let me see. I think I might want to make it a capital. So what would Michael be calling this? He'd be saying, you're raw dogging the letters. Yes, I am. And I might change them still. So hold on. Here is I. Now let's do a W. So W-A. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the A in through here. And the reason I'm saying that is because I want to utilize as much of the paper as I can. So actually I'm going to place a white sheet of paper here. So hopefully you can see that better because my workspace is green and so is my paper. So I'm looking at this and I'm kind of going, this is a good A. So if I go in here like this, you see it now? Here we go. See the A shaping up? And again, this is not meant to be precise. That works. Yeah. Might make it a little bit wider here just because I can and I want to. My gosh. I'm like feeling like I want. Feeling selfish talk coming out. There, better? All right, so might make this the N. And I'm just going to round these edges out for the N. Okay, so an N goes up here and down there, right? And then down there and up there. So I'm really hoping I got the N the right way. There we go. So I want, notice they're different sizes. I am very okay with that for now. I might make that a little smaller actually, but maybe not. Yes, Jill. I'm cutting it up. Didn't Michael warn you? I think I might kind of go up this way with the T, because that way I can take on some more of those words. I'm cutting it up. I'm paint things over and I cut it up. So when you were asking me if I was going to write over it, it didn't matter, did it? Actually, that would make a good O. Let's do the O for I want to. Technically are right. Yes, technically I am writing with it. Technically. Technically, I am using it to write. Yes. Actually, I think I want that to be a little bit more. Okay. I will use this probably for a little section later, but I'm still using I want to. I might be able to get it out of, I might be able to. Okay, W. I want to make this actually, let me just see. Okay, it's still drying. So be worried. Okay, see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that N a little smaller, I think. But if you can kind of see, I'll have to make a W kind of narrow, and I'll make the N a little more narrow, and then I have to do that. So, and then I can put participate on. Okay, so far so good. Can you see the vision? All right, let me just make the N a little more narrow. Oopsie, what did I do? Comments. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to make that a little more narrow here and a little more narrow here. And I think I might bring that in and up this way too. There. I can see. There, want. Okay. W, I need the W. All right, so the W. Maybe right here. Here's my W. Ta-da! All right, W. How are we doing, guys? Are you still with me? Okay, W, A, I want. Actually, I think I might round that a little bit more, or not round it, make it more pointy. I liked it more pointy. There, like that. Okay. And another T. I think this time, I think I'm going to go this way. Your W would have been a wonky V? No. No, it wouldn't have. I bet you it wouldn't have. I bet you would have been totally fine. Whoops, I just ripped that a bit. That's okay. The messier this will look, the better, believe it or not. The messier, the better. When I was doing this originally years ago, and that's what Stephanie said to me. She says, just do it messy. Okay, I want to. All right, I have that. So now we're on participate. I bet you I can just use what's here, which is phenomenal. I don't have to go ahead and create any more papers. So, because I was able to get those 3 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters out of that one piece of paper. And I could have gotten maybe one more. So actually, I think I might make this an A. In a wonky little way, it will be. Ha! There we go. There's an A. I like that. And it looks different than the other A. Even better. 1, 2, P, A, R. Okay, so I have the A. So let's do the P. I was cutting it kind of lengthwise here because technically this is about the height that I was looking for. But I might actually, I'm having ideas now, and that's not necessarily good. All right, so let's do the P, and I'm going to do it a little bigger. Not sure if I'm liking that one. I may or may not use it. Depends on where we're at. All right, R. Actually, I think I'm going to go in this way. Stab it, hopefully without stabbing myself. That would be nice for a change. There we go. There's the R. Can you see P-A-R? See? I might keep it. I might keep it. Let's do a big T though. Big long T. Big long T. I could piece it together later. We'll see. I'm okay with that. See, where I was thinking was I like this darker color part. If I just cut this for the eye, so if I do part is, see the vision? Partis. There we go. Let's get a C going here. Actually, I should do that twice before I get too carried away. There we go. All right. So along that line, I can always cut it later. Let's get a C. All right, C. Participative, and then a PATE. Okay, I can do this. All right, come on, P. P. I'm not sure about this one because it might have, I like the pink against the orange, so it should be okay, but we'll check it out once it's on the canvas. P, A. We're cutting out expression. Oh, okay, and then over here. Here we go. Over here. Okay. And I kind of wanted a diamondy thing in there just to see if that would be wonky enough, and I kind of like it. P, A, and then another T and an E. I think I might actually use this section for the E. There we go. I might just take that little bit off. And a T. All right, everybody, are you with me still? I see you are. Most of you are. Oh, that's nice. I'm so glad. I would run out of, you would not run out of paper. And if you did, you just make more. So like, as you can, like I've been trying really hard not to make these uniform. Right? I've been trying really hard not to make them uniform. So let's hope that I've done well on that. All right. So what I have left is this. I still had a bunch of a sheet and some little bits. I am going to keep these for another collage another time. These sections. And you never know, maybe I'll want to add something else to it later anyway. And the rest can go in in the trash probably because it's got a lot of acrylic on it, but I'll just put that on here. Now, I am thinking I am going to raise this Karen's web paint cam and see if I can't get a better angle on this so that you can see the whole canvas as I work on it. So just give me a second to recalibrate this. I'm going to turn off this camera. I will stay on just so that you know I'm here, and we'll kind of do that. We'll use the pieces for something else. Absolutely. I have a collection of printed pages that I will use for different collages and different pieces of art that I can use another time. I might not use it on this. I want to participate to be the thing on this canvas. So I probably won't do that, but let me just see if I can raise this. Oh, good luck. Say good luck to me, because it's going to be interesting if I can do it. Well, that's already all the way through. That's all the way through. That's all the way through. Ah, poop. I'm already at the highest it'll go. Well, that's okay. So we'll try it this way. I think I was able to get it up a little bit, but let's see. I'm just going to. Okay. Well, a little bit. So I will have to move it around. So just give me a second while I get my situation here on my table going all right. My situation. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to start with the I want. Okay, so I have with me some PPA. So this is perfect paper adhesive. It's from a company called US Art Quest. I heard that they're no longer going to be in business, which saddens me because I love this. But it is essentially a gel medium. And so any gel medium would work. Thinner is better in this particular case. So a liquid one. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm just going to get a clean thing of water so that I can do that and not spread paint all over these words. And we'll kind of go from there. Okay, one more sec. Are you using, I am using StreamYard. I can't adjust, I can't adjust it right now. It won't go any larger. So for example, if you see, like it won't change anything. And now that I've done that, hold on. Yay. It won't change the size, even if just because of the way it is. I need to do a custom one and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I will try to. There we go. I've tried to get the window bigger, but I just can't right now. Okay, but at least you see, I'm not trying to keep you away from seeing this. And I certainly didn't necessarily need to be the largest thing in the screen. Usually I'm like sticking my tongue out, making these really wonderful facial expressions when I work. So, all right. So I'm just going to place that I want to participate. And just make sure that it's going to fit. Hold on one second. So I want to all right. P A R T I C I P A T E. All right, it will fit, but I might make things a little bit of a, hold on. Might be a couple of letters that I don't have as wide, like this P. Hold on. I actually like that. Okay, and this R can have a little bit of a, there we go. Okay, so you can see the I want in the beginning of the part. I'm trying to decide if I want to change the font of the A, and I think I might. I don't think I like that. All right, so I want to participate. Please tell me if I spelt it wrong. I really, really, really want to know before I start putting this down. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have a paintbrush here, and I'm just going to use the gel medium. I am going to remove me. Can you hear me now? Well, Pooh, you're going to have to watch me bend over because there's no sound, because once I turn that off, I can't have it on my I can't have the sound on my phone. So I'm essentially just decoupaging. There we go. Thanks for letting me know there wasn't sound, Kelly. There we go. So the gel medium goes on the canvas a little bit first, and then on the back of the letter. I'm trying not to make it too thick because I want it to dry in this century. So it's going to be good. But I do want to, I am focusing on the edges of the letters because I don't want them rolling up on me as we're creating this. So essentially, we're going to decoupage this baby with gel medium. Both Kelly's got your back. Yay! All right. There we go. I know I'm going to put the T on and then I'll go down to the P and participate, and then I will move the canvas over so that you can watch that. I'm saying that because I'm very aware of what you're seeing on the screen right now. I want to make sure I leave some space though for the next step. All right, let's do the P. Probably got too much glue on there. Yikes. Again, do as I say, not as I do. So gel medium essentially works as a varnish too. So this will dry matte and clear. So I'm not too worried about it. In the end, once I'm all done, I will use a spray varnish over the whole thing. So there isn't a difference in sheen on the piece at all. You're not going to be able to see where I used this medium. Make sure that gets enough. Got to make sure that got enough on the edges there. Here we go. I could sit down here. So I'm going to want to stand up again just because that's how I like to do these, but whatever. Again, get it under the R. And I'm pushing down on it and moving out. I don't know if you guys can see that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm pushing out any air bubbles that might be trapped underneath the paper. And because I moved that over, I'm going to just cut this a little. It won't be as, nope, still need to do more. There, okay. If you're using your phone for the top-down view, are you able to turn? No, I can't. I've tried that. That was the first thing I did. But it wouldn't let me on this particular system. When I was broadcasting with Sherry, I guess that was only last week, that because there was 3 screens, you wouldn't have noticed, but you certainly notice it now when there was, right? So anyway. Hello, 13-year-old granddaughter. Granny camp, I love it. This would be a perfect project. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. A perfect project. Anybody can do this, especially 13-year-old creatives. I love it. And if you do it, I want to see, okay? I definitely want to see. So, and if you're using it with her, like I'm using a gel medium, but any decoupage medium would be nice with this too. So yeah, just kind of color things up and use your paints, write down what you like, what you're thinking, what your goals are, anything along that line. I'm thinking I probably want to move that down. Oh, can I get it still? Oh, yep, I can. Hold on. I'm ripping. I want to move this down to here probably. Yikes. Nope, that one's in. Can't move it down enough. But I still will move this down a bit. Yeah, there we go. And this one too because of it. Did I? Nope, can't. Well, poop. That's okay. It's just paint. And it's still going to be fine. I'll put that down in a minute. Just if you have enough time before it dries. See, it dries really quickly. Gel medium is awesome. As long as it's not too thick. But I'm glad I got the end down a bit because it was just that it needed to come down a bit. Okay. All right, so the eye is in. I need a little bit more of the glue. There we go. Yeah, I hope you do that project, Tracy. That would be amazing for Grandma Camp. I need to go back up here and fix the one that there we go. Piecing it. Who said that? Was that Kelly said that earlier? One of the Kellys. All right. See? There we go. Just making sure I lay that flat and get that down. There we go. Pushing out all the bubbles. There we go. Yay. And oh, I said I was going to move it, didn't I? Sorry, guys. Here we go. And I'm hoping that I'm okay still with this paint. Ah! I knew it. See? Move that over. Move that over. Actually, I might even just, before that dries. Yes. Made the C small. There we go. Now I can get that in better. That's over a good inch. There we go. That makes me feel better. Okay. Let's do the PATE. Because I could still make the T and the E a little thinner. Nice. I'm just reading what Tracy's saying here about working with a torn paper art, and definitely you can do this with her. I'm so glad that I'm inspiring that a little bit with you. It's funny, art is, you know, we take something, we see it, we make it our own. It's brilliant. This type of art too, where we have written all through it. It's just so much more meaningful, I think. Okay, am I going to keep the T like that and then the E? Or am I going to, no, I'm going to do this. I'm making that T a little bit narrower. But I think that'll be happier with it. Okay. And again, I utilize a little too much glue, but that's okay. As long as it's down. How far is the first P from the left side? This much. We're good. We are perfect on that side. I'm not so worried about it being too lopsided because, again, I still have to do stuff to this. Just wait. It's going to get more stuff on there. Okay, but we are good. There we go. So Kelly, just to answer your question before I do the T and the O up here. P wasn't far. There we go. But I still have stuff to do on the ends. So I have to do shading. So it'll go in a little bit further too. Okay. There we be. Okay. So now it's just a matter of the two, T-O. I think it's just right there is fine. I'm getting more and more liberal with the glue as I'm going on. I don't know if that's good or not. Okay, here we go. There we be. All right, there's the O. All right, so this does need to dry a little bit. So I'm just going to put the lid on my gel medium and see about how I want to do. Do I want to use a charcoal? I might want to use a charcoal. Might want to use paint. I'm going to start with charcoal and see what I can do here. It is going to take a second to dry. And I do want to make sure, like in here, I do get the all the little bits are down. So maybe I should, before I put it away, just make sure, because I moved that end. So there we go. I have no bubbles. Yay. Okay. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Give me 1 second. I'll see about charcoal, and then I'll go with paint if I need to. I think I might use oil pastel. All right, so I am going to turn the volume off for a second and just hit it with the heat gun. Okay, so well, maybe I'll try. If it's really annoying, let me know, because otherwise I won't be able to talk to you. Okay, so let me know. Is it too annoying if it's like this? Can you hear me? Whew, this heat gun is so going to die. Just shooting at the heat gun just to dry the glue that's there. Okay, you can hear me and it's not too annoying with the heat gun. All right. So tell me, what do you guys like to do? What are you doing today? What's your creativity? The gun is not loud at all. Oh, good. Excellent. Oh, good. So we'll do that. I'm hoping that Michael will like this. Once it's done, I think it'll be cool. I'm hoping that I didn't leave too much space between the I want to and participate. I might do something else, but I don't think I will. I'm just hoping I'm okay with it. What's the worst? It's paint, right? Paint and glue. Work, nothing creative. Work. Well, work can be creative. Crocheting a messenger bag for, oh, nice. So I just finished my project that I'm going to be teaching on the cruise, and I can't tell you yet, but I'm creating an alternate version of it as well right now, which is fun. And then I got, squirreled and sidetracked, and I just looked outside because I'm looking at it. I made one of those like spiral wind thingies because I wanted to do something other than what I was doing. So you know what I mean? Like the wind socks, but they're crocheted spirals. They're really fun. Anyway, and you're organized. Kelly, beautiful. Everyone needs an organized desk. All right, this is drying nicely. Let me see, can I work on the first part? I think I can. Oh, I found a section that's up a little bit. So not yet. Let Let me fix that. I missed a corner, but pretty good though, considering. Just a little corner. All right. Working and only wanting to be playing with. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I like my paint too. As if you couldn't tell, right? All right. I think if I let that dry there, it should be okay. And I'll work on another section. All right. I do have some oil pastels in here. Let's see what I got. I should have a black in here somewhere. There's the oil paint stick. Here's the black one. God, I haven't used this in a while. Soft paint and stick form. Okay, very good. Is there another? Because I do think I want black. I don't think I want. That looks. Gosh, these are old. That's a blue, but I'm trying to see if, like, how blue. No, same color blue. Don't want that. No, too blue. I think I'm just going to go with the black for now. Gosh, I have a gold paint stick here too. Shoot, I haven't used these in ages. I think this is all worn out. Come on, Karen, find your black. If not, I'm going to a paint. What's this? That's a gray. Ooh, that might work. All right. It's a gray, almost a gunmetal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to shade this. Now it's going to seem pretty awkward. The dirtier, the better. And I want to just kind of go all the way around. And I'm going to town a little too hard. Smudge that in. Dirty, 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 dirty. Trust me. You want this baby dirty. Michael will love it. So I'm going to go heavier on the one side than I am on the other, but I am going to go around the whole thing. And see if you can tell which side is heavier. Okay. See here? Oh, dear, 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 dear. Smudgy, smudge, smudge. I hope your granddaughter likes to get messy, Tracy. If you do this, you might want to alter this part. So I'm going beyond the letters down here too, for a reason, because there we be. Messy, 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 messy. Oh, keep going. There we go. Kind of need like a music of some sort. If I could do it where YouTube wouldn't like snag me or something, that'd be good. Looks like there's no way we're skipping that part. Hey, Tracy, good for you. Yeah, oil pastels or charcoal would work. Oh. I'm liking that this is not black. It's I don't even know what this is, but it's not black. It's a gray of some sort. So it's good. Yeah, it's fun. Like this, there's everything about this project is kind of fun. Like, I'm not going to kid you. Love this project. It's been a while. But when Michael first started talking about wanting something that said like from I want to participate on his wall, I'm like, this is exactly what I envisioned. So I'm going to go under. Looks like fun. Fun and messy. Gotta love it. Everything you need to do when you're at Grandma's house. Yeah. And as I say, the messier, the better. And just make sure you're heavier on the one side. There we go. It's interesting because I'm seeing what's in the camera there, and I kind of like, it's kind of easier for me to see where I need to kind of go with that, which is kind of neat. Okay, cool. All right, and again on this side and underneath. Woohoo! Oh, what do you think so far, guys? Can you see it? Yeah, get that right in there. There we be. Awesome. I'm so glad you love it. Participate. Like, and it has all of our thoughts, right? It has all of our thoughts on that. I'm hoping that he likes it. And I might do a little bit of highlighting in some places too, but we'll see. It's becoming more yes, it's pretty wild. It's interesting how the shade, like, it just pops, right? And that's part of the glory of it, right? So that's why I said, like, I'm not concerned about the little things on this piece. I'm just, because it's going to get all wonky. I'm going over it. I'm moving around. It's getting smudged. It's, I just, it's just all about working and playing and having fun and making something that is, that speaks to you, right? There we go. I think I froze there for a second. Right, so yeah, it certainly gets much more dimensional. Love it. I hope he does. I hope he does. I think he'll like the fact that, we created it together with the words and all of that too. Like, honestly, I think that'll mean something to him as well. Because it really did that Jesse, if you're watching this replay, it really it did strike a nerve with him. Like, he really sunk home. And so that's why I'm doing this as well for him. And I think it struck a nerve and with everyone. Like, I think we all felt something when you said that. Awesome. Well, that T turned out well. I'm trying to get the P to go through there. There we go. All right, let's do that E. And I better move the gel over before I drop it off my table, because then that would not be good. And I'm using the end of this one right now. I do have some more. There we go. There we go. All right, now for the I want to. And here's the rest of that oil pastel. I just used a little bit of it when I broke some. So let me just get some more off of that. Okay, and I broke it again. I have a thick, hard hand. Not gonna lie. Kind of like that though. Hold on. I like the width of that one. Hold on. I like that. That started going over here. Woo! Yes. All right. I like that. Let's do this width. And then I'll go around because I'm losing the width of this pastel. I'm glad you like it. All right, there we go. And down here. And I'm losing it. I've got to open another one. All right, time to shade that now. Yeah. I'm going to use this whole pastel by the look of it. I'm just going nuts. There we go. Okay, so just gonna finish these things off. Pretty cool. I'm just gonna stand up. Yay! Oh my goodness. I'm just wondering if I want to put something. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't want to ruin what I've got going on here. I'm really glad I brought that end down. Maybe not. All right, so now I'm just going to move this over here so you can see the two. Holy smoky, holy smoky. All right. All right. Hi. Yeah, sure. Okay, here we be. Okay. I want to participate. Me likey. And I think it's going to be fine. I think I just need to tie in the painting a little bit. I think I'm going to use some paint to almost, what's the word I'm looking for? When you put something around a photo, put a shade, is it like, it starts with a V? What is it when it starts with a V? So I want to participate. Vignette. That's the word I'm looking for. So I am going to do that on my own, only because you won't be able to see it really as I'm doing it, because I'm already doing it piecemeal. And as soon as I can figure out how to do it differently on StreamYard, that would be great, because I do like StreamYard so that I can do hopefully a picture-in-picture eventually, that you don't see me entirely and you can see more of my painting. But we'll try to figure that out and go from there. I also think it would be really cool for when we do our Loose Ends with Mikey on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. over at the Crochet Crowd, that we can have larger photos of people's crochet projects as well. So it's on my list of things, and we'll kind of go from there. But I hope that he likes this. As I say, I'm going to finish it off a little bit, just with some final touches with like a vignette. I do want to rough up the edges a little bit, make it a little bit more, so the edges are as dirty as all of that. And I think that he'll like it. I do. I think that he'll like it. So anyway, to wrap it all back up again, what we did is we painted 3 sheets of paper, mixed media paper. But first we used Sharpies and other water-soluble pens, not water-soluble, that are not water-soluble, permanent pens to write. And in this case, we wrote, "I want to participate," in all the things that we think of when we want to do that. And it was just very cathartic for us. I took a very bland, very cool colored background of a canvas that I had started that was really washed out and I wasn't going to use anyway, but I loved that it was a cool colors, much like the papers, so that I could put some hot colors on top of it and make some depth underneath. So I didn't have to do layers and layers. I already started with some. So having said that, if you're doing this on your own, please make sure that you do lots of different colors, but just make sure you dry your colors before you mix from cool colors to hot colors, or else you'll make like a mud or brown or grays, and it'll dull everything for you. Then we use some matte medium, and we decoupaged for the sense of purpose. I cut out all those papers and put them on to the canvas. And then I use some oil pastel to really dirty and give some shadow to them so they have more of a 3-dimensional look. So that is it in a nutshell. And it's super easy to do. And thank you for joining me today. And if you do one, I want to see it. Make sure you share it in the comments and share it over on What's Karen Doing on Facebook and here as well on YouTube. Okay. Have fun, everybody. Thanks again for joining me. And we'll see you again soon. I'm going to end that stream, and hopefully it's not Michael's ending. Talk to you soon. Okay.